I'm getting a little bit sick of this. I feel like I'm being unfair on Sony because I keep criticising them. I really don't want to, and anyone who watches my channel will know that I love some of their games, and I quite like their hardware as well. I own 3 PS4s for crying out loud, 2 Pros and an original launch PlayStation 4. But I have to call it as I see it, and the fact is that Sony appear to be all over the place at the moment, especially in their approach to both backwards compatibility and cross-generational releases. Honestly, it's a complete shit show. The fact is, as gamers, we're not sure which games are going to be backwards compatible. Sony have been vague, offering different percentages and changing things every time we hear an interview with someone. It was most games at first, and then it changed a couple of times, and then Jim Ryan came out and said, and you can see it here, PS5 backwards compatibility works with 99% of PlayStation 4 games. Well, great. 99% is a good percentage. And, I'm pleased to hear it. But how will these games run? And perhaps even more importantly, which games won't run? We know we're getting the PlayStation Plus collection for people who are subscribed to PlayStation Network. But, we don't know how they'll run. We don't know which games aren't going to appear. Sony aren't really giving us any information. And also, what happens with saves on backwards compatible titles? We don't know. And if we talk about SpiderMan, that's really raised some issues about this over the last couple of weeks. And if we go into a tweet here, you can see here, someone's asking, can I pick up where I left off on Spider-Man Remastered with my Spider-Man PlayStation 4 save file, or will I have to start the game over? Thanks. And this is what Insomniac say, saves won't transfer from the original game to the remaster. So, in effect, if you're buying Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is incidentally the only real way to pick up Spider-Man in a remastered form as it stands at the moment, your saved game is not going to transfer across. Oh, and incidentally, you're going to get a download code for Spider-Man. It's not going to be a physical release either. You're not going to get a disc in the box. So, that's not particularly good either. But, that's another issue. According to the tweets I was reading here, Spider-Man Remaster is kind of classed as a new game. As far as I'm concerned, this is bloody stupid. There's absolutely no reason, as far as I can see it, why the saves won't be transferable. It would just take a little bit of work. Surely it can't be that difficult. I mean, the remaster is only going to be uprated graphics. There's not going to be a lot else different. So why won't the save files work? The irony here is that Miles Morales saves will transfer from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, apparently. So why not the original Spider-Man, which would arguably benefit more from the option to transfer your saves, because obviously people have been playing the original Spider-Man for a lot longer than they'll be playing Miles Morales for before they upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version. Honestly, it's a complete mess. And we've even got this, if we go across, there's a tweet here about Yakuza as well. Yakuza Like a Dragon is going to have a free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 when it releases on March the 2nd, 2021. So if you've got the PS4 version, the PS5 version you'll have already. A bit like smart delivery on the Xbox, except for it's mandated on the Xbox, and I think its developers have to opt out of it rather than opt into it. But again, save files aren't going to carry over. If we read here, it says, to clarify, physical owners of Yakuza Like a Dragon on PlayStation 4 can also use the original disc to upgrade to PlayStation 5 version when it releases on March 2nd, 2021. But then you get to the thing about saves. Save data will not be transferable between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions of the game. Right, okay. Contrast that with the Xbox version. It says here, yep, we confirmed it quite a while ago, so it might be good to explicitly mention it again. Smart delivery and cross-save between Xbox Series X, S and Xbox One, Xbox One X is supported. So save games between the previous generation and the next generation on Xbox is just supported out of the box on Yakuza, but not on PlayStation. And again, why? Why is it not supported on PlayStation? That must be something that's either been mandated by Sony, or it's something to do with the architecture that won't allow it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I really don't understand why it's so bloody difficult for Sony to do something so bloody easy. It's like Sony are deliberately trying to make things difficult for themselves. And look, we're going to get a lot of third-party games are going to get free upgrades on the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. So if we go down here, we can see there's a list of games, PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, all games with confirmed free upgrades. So, this is great. This is similar to what Microsoft are doing with smart delivery. But again, it looks like it's up to the developer to decide what they're going to do. And you go down here and, there's a whole host of games that are going to get smart or free upgrades. And if you look here, it says Assassin's Creed, yes. Whatever that one is, yes. Borderlands 3, yes. Control, yes, but only if you purchase Control Ultimate Edition. Yeah, brilliant. I've spoken about this on Twitter. Not happy with that. That's a real kick in the teeth to people who are early adopters of the game, and I don't like that at all, but that's not on Sony. Cyberpunk 2077, apparently, according to this, yes. Dead by Daylight, yes. And, you can go down, there's quite a few of these, but, and this is the interesting bit, save transfer. Dirt 5, definitely no. Most of these we don't know. Maneater, no. Marvel's Avengers, yes. Well done. Spider-Man's Miles Morales, yes. But not Spider-Man Remaster. Work that one out, as I've already mentioned. And you go down, loads of these. Only My Team Progress in NBA. And most of these we don't know. And Yakuza Like a Dragon, no. So the save games, as we've already mentioned, no, not going across there. Contrast this with on the Xbox, and I'm telling you now, I don't even have to speculate about this. I know all the save games are going to work across the board because that's how it works on Xbox. It does it already. If you've got Xbox, you've got PC, you've got those games, the save files transfer, especially with Microsoft first-party stuff, especially at the moment, just transfers. You go and play in another room, you log on, your file transfers. Go and play on the PC, play Forza Horizon 4 on PC, your file transfers. Go and play on your Xbox again, your file transfers. Play it on xCloud or whatever they're calling it these days, your file transfers. So you've got your saves wherever you go. I don't understand how Microsoft can do this so easily, and Sony seem to make such a pig's ear out of it. Honestly, I don't. And we really don't know what's going on with backwards compatible games. They may allow saves to carry across, or they may not. With Spider-Man, it does look like you can carry the save game across from Spider-Man if you own the original version of Spider-Man and you're going to be playing the backwards compatible version of Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5. But if you've got the new improved version of Spider-Man that comes with Miles Morales, you can't transfer your save game across. Are you confused yet? And look, Spider-Man is made by a Sony-owned studio. If they can't manage to implement cross-generational saves, there's not much hope for anyone else, is there? Honestly, as I say, it's a complete mess. And it's a mess that's made even more confusing by the complete silence from Sony. They're not telling us anything. Sony, just tell us whether saves will transfer from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. Seriously, just tell us. If we contrast this with Microsoft, as I've already said, they've been absolutely clear about backwards compatibility, cross-generational saves and smart delivery. You know, they even tweeted out about how you upgrade your Xbox One games to Xbox Series S X games. And we can go and have a look at that now. Here's a thread on how you can upgrade games to Xbox Series XS with smart delivery in a few easy steps. Just buy the game. You know, I mean, honestly, why does it need to be any more difficult than that? You know, I've said this in a couple of videos already, but the start of this next generation coming up feels a little bit like the start of the current generation. The only difference is that at the start of the current generation, Microsoft were being anti-consumer and offering a confused message, you know, back in 2013. Whereas this time round, well, it's Sony offering the confused message. I honestly, I don't know what's going on. I haven't got a clue. I really don't. And I've tried. I've tried to tease this all out and work out what's going on, but they're just not telling us. Honestly, I have to look at what happened with Microsoft in 2013 and I look at Sony now and I wonder whether these companies will ever learn. They make a cock up and then next time round, they sort it out. And then the next time after that, they make a cock up. What, are they, you know, running a relay race and handing the baton to each other? Honestly, it's a joke. The way Sony have approached this next generation is a joke. And they're not doing their fans any favours at all. But anyway, look, you guys might completely disagree with me. You might think that Sony are getting everything right and they're doing everything perfectly well. And if you do, let me know in the comments and we can get into it there. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of tea and I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye.